Hi, today I'm Alexi Palmeri and this is Katia Palmeri. And today I'm actually talking to Katia Palmeri, who's my mom, about um, what it means to be powerful and living a purposeful life. And she's actually an ambassador of living a purposeful life. So the first thing that I'm going to ask today is, what does it mean to you to be powerful?
Well, it's a great question, and I have done some research on being powerful, and what I was able to determine are three big things. So, one is you want to be able to live your life um, to the fullest potential, and you want to be who you're meant to be and do what you're meant to do. And thirdly, it's to be fulfilled mind, body, and soul. And you want to really just thrive while you're alive. So it's just really tuning into what it is that you're meant to do and living it out to your fullest potential. And I think that's what makes us all powerful in the end.
Well, what are some of the ways that you can live this out in everyday life and practice this every day?
I think there's two big key ingredients. And I think anybody who lives their life powerful is going to tell you that they possess a positive attitude and they're a positive thinker. And those two things are powerful in themselves because I think they go hand in hand. So, for example, if you possess a positive attitude, it's going to manifest into you thinking positive, you being creative, thinking creatively, being an optimist, um, you know, creating a happy life. So when you've got a positive attitude, and it's like, I'm sure you've been in a room where you can actually feel the tension and you can cut it with a knife. That's an energy that you're feeling. And or you've seen someone who potentially has a negative attitude and they come into the room with a dark cloud. So it's how you give off this energy that is truly a key to being powerful. So if you can harness this positive energy and make sure that that's what you're giving out, in return, you'll probably get positive energy back. So that's so key to, again, how you want to conduct your life. And then thinking positive is another great one because I don't know if you've heard the saying, but your thoughts create your reality. So how you think about a situation or yourself is going to dictate what happens in a situation. So if you're thinking you're going out and you're going in for, let's say, an interview, and you're thinking, oh, I'm probably not going to get it, I don't think I'm smart enough for that position, more than likely you're not going to get that position. So you've got to really train your mind to think that, prepare it so that you're thinking already of a positive outcome. So instead of thinking I can't, you should be thinking I can. Instead of thinking I'm not, you should be thinking I am. So it's just a mind shift in the way you use your words and think. And together with that attitude and the positive thinking, sky's the limit for success.
Mm-hmm. So I guess I want to know some advice myself on what it takes to practice positivity, though, in everyday life. Like, you have to obviously take small steps. So what are some of the small steps I can take, like, daily to achieve positivity?
Absolutely. There's quite a few things, actually, and they're fairly simple, but let's start with a mindset of, always expect that your outcome's going to be great. Get rid of those negative thoughts and just always think that you're going to be successful, you're going to get have a good relationship, that career is going to come. If you keep with the expectation that things are good and that are going to happen to your benefit, then that usually transpires. Anything's possible if you think optimistically. And again, I'll go back on the talk earlier, which is really, I think the two most important words in our vocabulary are I am. And that kind of dictates your reality. So if you're saying I am smart, I am, successful, that will transpire into your reality because it's something you're thinking, and even especially if it's something you're believing, because that goes hand in hand. Doing things that make you happy. You need to be, doing things that bring happiness. Like if you're into music, you want to be playing, an instrument or singing. If you like cooking, you should be cooking. And these things will all help enhance your happiness and then in turn bring positive things in your life.
So the last question I have is, obviously negative things do happen in our lives, and there's situations that you get into that you have no control over. So those are obviously times where it tests being positive. What are some of the things you can do to get through those negative times and prosper and remain positive?
I guess it is what you bring up a good point, because our society we were surrounded by negativity in the media. It just seems to be all around us, so we get kind of sucked into that negativity, and so it's a matter of training yourself and training your brain. So if you catch yourself thinking a negative thought, try to become aware of it, and immediately, as soon as you do, try to turn it around and start thinking a positive thought. The more that you do that, the more that your brain is going to be trained to think that way, and hopefully what will end up happening is you'll have less and less times where you're thinking negatively and more times that you're thinking positively. And I think that's probably the key to a more positive way of living. And I really truly believe that if you can live in the idea, and I'm sure some people have already heard this quote, that if you imagine with all your mind and you really make a vision of what it is that you're going for and what it is that you want to do or want to be, and you believe it in your heart, which means that you're actually envisioning and feeling what it's like to be there at that point and be the person that you want to be, for example, then you will achieve it with all your might, because it is hand in hand with the belief, which is the feeling and the attitude, coinciding with the thought, and together, again, sky's the limit. So your chances of positive living and a fulfilled life are immense.
Okay, so that was Katia Palmeri, and she just gave us some great tips on how to live positively every single day and practice that in order to become powerful. See you next time.
Thank you.